Guys, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, coming at you guys with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Mark Watch, and we got quite a few buyouts, and as always, a couple I told you so's. Now, before we get into the video, we are so close to 3,000 subscribers. I'm gonna be frank with you guys, we're like one sub off, so if someone who's not subscribed wants a sub, that'd be great. If not, we'll probably hit it the next day or two. And I got some awesome things planned for 3,000 subs, including box breaks, as well as the start of my gaming channel, which, by the way, will be in the pinned comment below. Team Neptunia, it's also one of the featured channels. Go to subscribe. There's no videos just yet, but that will be changing in the next month or two. I want to do some organizing on what I am exactly going to play, how to do some Let's Plays, get my second monitor set up, as well as what I exactly want to post when it comes to gaming content on there. And that will be completely separate from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff, so you guys aren't getting less uploads or anything like that. The worst case scenario is you'll get like one video that's supposed to go on Team Neptunia here to kind of tell you guys, hey, you like what I'm doing here? Go sub to that once in a blue moon. And you guys don't have to watch it, so it shouldn't be too bad. But you want more Saki goodness, I'll be over there as well. Also, if you guys can smash that like button, that would be great. If you're buying any cards off TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. It helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. And we're just going to get right into it. So, Borreload Dragon from Circuit Break. Now, I always tell people to get this because, number one, it's a signature card in Vrains. And number two, this card was an amazing rank 4. And while it fell off and kind of got power creeped, it's still good in its own ways that even rivals stuff like Access, Borreload, etc., etc. Now, currently, right now, we are seeing first edition near mints at $39. I'm going to refresh this page, just double check. Oh, no, yeah, $38, $50, okay. And I don't have any filters on besides verified sellers, so this is just what it's at. Now, if you guys don't know what this card does, neither player can target this card with monster effects, which is kind of good, right? It gives a little bit of protection. But the best part is once per turn, as a quick effect, you target face-up monster on your field, loses 5 to attack and defense, right? And your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. Now, what you do with this is you chain block, right? So if you want to activate something, you don't want your opponent to respond in any way, shape, or form, you are allowed to, and it's your turn, you're allowed to, since you have priority, chain block a card. So if you make this and you want to get stuff, you want to make sure something goes through, and you want, you have Borreload on the field, you can chain it to that card, and your opponent can't respond to it, which is awesome, right? Now, with this card, at start of damage shift, if it attacks something, it's kind of like Catastrofe, but better, because you can place that monster in a zone this card points to and takes control of it. So, really good over there. It can out certain stuff as well. Now, you have to send it to the graveyard during the end phase of the next turn, right? So, not during your opponent's end phase, the end phase of the next turn. So, it depends on when you take it, all that. Really good card overall, I think. And if you got these at literally $3 to $5 when I kept telling you guys to grab it, you literally made... Now, this is hype for basically 8 times your money. However, I think this is going to calm down a little bit, but it's still going to be quite up there. Now, if you are upset that you missed those, another version I talked about at $1 or $2 is Borreload Dragon. Now, they're still basically $2. If you want to come and grab this card, I would highly recommend it, especially if this card is seeing any meta-relevant play or sneaks its way into the format. You're going to want to get the alternate art. It does look pretty cool. I personally prefer this art more than the alt art, but they both look really cool. Now, for those who do not know, TRAPTRIX actually got a structure deck announced in the OCG, which is really awesome because you guys know I'm a big fan of TRAPTRIX, and I still don't understand why Konami is putting so many eggs in this basket, seeing that the deck sadly never saw much meta play, if any at all. Maybe it's gotten 1 or 2 tops somewhere, but I can't really recall at the moment here. But they just keep giving us more and more TRAPTRIX support. And I still remember when I actually pulled a TRAPTRIX Alamar Starlight Rare from a box opening that's literally on the channel. And I went wild, right? The fact that I get a Starlight Rare that I actually want to play with, I just got lucky. Now, $287 for your Starlight Rares. It's hard to buy out a Starlight when it comes to, just a support, especially with TRAPTRIX. I think a lot of people that want to do bad buyouts don't have that kind of money. And the people who can do good buyouts and have that money know this isn't the card to buy out. Now, Ralphlasia, on the other hand, which is for the most part an archetype specific card, and why I say for the most part is if you can make a rank 4 in any strategy, what you're actually able to do is make this and play one copy of Gravedigger's Trap Hole. And when you're pointing to Nibiru's, you can actually activate that card from this card, not only negating the Nibiru, and destroying it, but you will be able to inflict 2,000 damage to your opponent's life points, which doesn't seem super important always, but the fact that, especially when I play TRAPTRIX, the amount of times where half my damage, if not fully, came from Gravediggers is ridiculous. But I do love how this card looks. I love the artwork, and it looks like such a good ulti. I will still say, though, it wasn't a good ulti pick. I hate to say, it just isn't. I mean, I'm glad that it's an ulti because I love the card, but regardless, this card's bought out at $42 here. It goes up to $50 here. These were $27 to $32, and OTS 13 is a bit old at this point. I mean, we're on OTS 19, so it may not seem so, but this came out when the Koof came out in 2020. Let's just say, YouTube still likes to demonetize that word, so you know what I'm referring to when I say that. But I remember this came out really quickly, and we were like, huh, they're giving us an OTS pack when we can't play any tournaments. That's odd. I just remember OTS 13 very fondly because the time, just so much things happened in just the real world when OTS 13 came out. Nevertheless, this is a really bad OTS. TRAPTRIX Trap Hole Nightmare getting bought out for the 5th, 6th, 7th time. I don't know. It gets bought out and then it goes back down. Goes up to 40, but right now they're 31. This still isn't a bad card. It's basically half of a Solemn Strike, but you don't have to pay the life points. TRAPTRIX will play Secret Urge and Breakers of Shadow, on the other hand. 4 for Unlimited. And first editions are going to run you about $647. Now, I think that the TRAPTRIX hype isn't all there until we see the cards. And if we see the cards, and TRAPTRIX looks like it could do something, I think this card's going to go up. Now, it has 39 listings, and I'm going to say that if you want to play TRAPTRIX, go ahead and go buy this card. Now, it's always a $5 to $6 card, and it's still a $6 card. In fact, let's go look at near events. 24 listings, quickly goes up to about $10 here. And this is, wow, we actually have my copy here. And this also is a card that, obviously, you're going to play the TRAPTRIX share, but it's original from Breakers of Shadow. Now, this card, in my opinion, has always been quite undervalued. So if you're looking for an investment right now, that's maybe not for the ban list, but in the future, get your TRAPTRIX Rollphasers. I don't see these dropping. If they reprint it in the structure deck, which I think they most likely would, it's going to be a super or a common, right? It's not really going to take an original Secret Verse value at this point. TRAPTRIX Sarah, now this is getting a confirmed reprint in the Waifu Struck deck. However, being an $11 to $13 card, it has now went up to about, well, lightly plates here are quite cheap, but near mints are $21 going up to $30 because you have to play this card. I don't know why people are buying this card. It's a bad buyout because, number one, we're getting the reprint. Number two, we don't know what the cards do, and by the time we learn what the cards do, we still have to get in the TCG, mind you, right? So when the OCGs just announce it, we see the card effects they finally get, then the TCG will get later. You're going to be able to have Sarah a lot of time to get Sarah's at that point, including the reprint. Bad buyout. If you have these and maybe they keep going up, I'd sell. But the Secret does look really nice. I have to say that. Now, Evil Storm X Iton Knight from Legacy of Valor, this is things to play in not only Exo Sisters, but rank 4 strategies. And I always told people that this card is busted because imagine a Zeus that's just once per chain, but it's during your main phase or your post-battle phase, but you, in one card, you can't rank up to it. This is what that card is, right? It's really not that bad. 1900 attack, first editions are about $25 here. I always told people to go grab this card, and even though, especially if we ever get Evil Swarm support, I think that would be really great because it'd be very interesting to see what this card does in Evil Swarm, seeing how they play. But I always felt more of a generic card, not really an Evil Swarm card. But if you don't have this card, $25 is really not that bad. Ulti Scapegoats are $71 here, going up to about $75. Nothing really new with this card. Rainbow Neos Ghost Road coming out of Phantom Darkness. Now, the quality of Ghost Road was so bad that TCG player couldn't even get a good picture of it. Like this line, it's not like some dirt on your computer screen. This is part of their image. She woo. But yeah, jokes aside, it's crazy how we've evolved like 15 years from Ghoster or something like that, and our Ghoster quality has gotten worse, if anything. In fact, no, it has gotten worse. That really sucks. So Ghosters Unlimited's $92. I think honestly for unlimited lightly played, and you could play this with Neo's Fusion, it's really not that bad for lightly played. Near mints are going to be about 130. First sets are 500. I want to see, yeah, if you want near mint, but lightly played first sets are about $200. Now, that is not too bad for first set lightly played. It goes up to 260. If you guys actually do want to get a first ed ghost rare of Rainbow Neos, well, it is a pretty penny. This is a card that if it gets bought out, it can't really, or if it slowly loses quantities over time. I mean, as you see here, someone bought 3 first ed near mints for one time. Wow, that's actually not bad. 400 here. People do have some interest in this card, albeit it is quite small, because I personally think that a lot of people who want this card and collectors have this card already. I know I don't, because I don't care about any hero cards really, so I can't pay $250 knowing that I could have got something I actually wanted for this card, but it's not too bad to hold on to. Now, Closed Forest. This card only has one holo printing, and it's out of the 5Ds game, Dual Transfer. This game was actually not that bad, if it's the one I imagine. Now, all face-up beast monsters you control get 100 attack for each monster in your graveyard, right? Really not that bad. It's something that stacks, because beast-type monsters, usually they do battle a lot. It's not hard to stack your graveyard quite a bit, and it's not a bad attack boost overall, but it ramps up. Now, neither player can activate field spell cards. So what this card does is it protects against mine, and it also, depending on what your opponent's playing, it locks them out of a card. Now, if we're playing against the deck, say Madolche, you get to lock out Madolche Chateau, and that's pretty good. You're playing against Cosmos, Cosmo Town can't be activated. You guys get the point, right? And field spell cards cannot be activated during the turn this card was destroyed either. So what's awesome about this card is if your opponent, say, draws the out for this card, right? That's not Ogre, mind you. Like they say, they draw an MST, Twin Twisters, Duster, or they can pop in some other way. They still can't activate their field spell, right? So it slows down your opponent or stops a card completely if they cannot deal with it. And that's why I think this card's not that bad. Now, lightly plays are about $3 here. Near mints are about 7s. Going up to 12, going to 50. That's a big wow. I suggest if you guys want to get a place of these lightly played, it's really not bad for $3. I think that this card can slowly but surely go up to a $10, $20 card because it can see play, right? For this specifically. As well as, imagine if you're playing some type of beast deck. It sucks that it's not beast type, beast warrior, all that. This card got a small errata, like beast and beast warriors, right? Not winged beast would be a little too busted, but you guys get the point. I think the card could be a lot better, but one holo printing, it's not that bad. Now, Shadow Mist bought out here, tier limit. You guys know the deal. $8.75 for a unlimited super, right? That's unlimited supers. Your first set supers are going to be like $12. Or you can get a common for like $6, $7. I don't know what to tell you. If you have these, just get rid of them. OGS Pack 19. A lot people have been asking me to go over Water Enchantress and Albaz, like every market watch. I'm just gonna go over 19. 55 for your skill drains. These look ugly anyway. People are like, oh, I just want to play them. You're playing with ugliness. Water Enchantress of the Temple is going down because people think that it's going to get hit, which it actually could. My reasoning being that Konami usually does not rush the Ultimate in about 3.5 months. That while Brave isn't seeing as much meta play right now because Splight and Chillment don't play Brave, this engine was seeing 60 to 80% of tops with wide citizens and regionals at one point, and Konami still has that data and thinks they want to act upon it. Now, Water Enchantress, being a considerable hit, they wanted to make this an ulti real quick to make it an ulti quickly and then hit it, right? Konami has done this before, but not in this lifetime span. That's why I think that Adventure is going to get hit in some way, shape, or form. Regardless, still a horrible ulti to make in 3.5 months. I have a whole video talking about this OTS pack. Albaz's, you got lightly plates here for 37. That's something. Near mints are about $40. This is a fan favorite deck, going up to 52. I think Ulti Albaz is not a bad card in general, and it's not a garnet. It just helps you fusion in poly, right? So if you're people always have to play this card as well. It's not bad. It's not bad at all at that price. Chalices, 150. You want a penny stock? There you go. Caiuses, another good penny stock. Snows. People still want this card banned again. I can understand it, but it's like whatever. The rest of this set's Garbo. Illusion of Chaos Starlight Rare. Now I talked about this when it was 170, and now it has 14 listings, so that's a lot lower. And we're just looking over here. Yeah, in the month of August, especially in the last say 7 days, we're seeing some more sales here. Now near mints, you got about 200 here, 215 going up to 250. I think the card could hit 250 here, which isn't bad. And then you have secret rares going at about 35, going up to $40. It just Magician Souls, and someone actually told me, I think the reason why this card hasn't gone up is because all the players who've already had Magician Souls were able to grab this, and a lot of the players who don't have their Magician Souls were not thinking about this card until they could get Magician Souls, and the card is still not as accessible as it should be, seeing how it is very short print. Like I've literally seen people not get Magician Souls out of one whole like 8-pack. I don't know what you call it, one whole sealed box. Not like the mini sealed boxes, mind you, but 8 boxes, whatever it comes with. I have in the background there, so when I do an opening on it, I'll figure it out. But yeah, Illusion of Chaos, because of that, didn't really go up. And I could understand that reasoning, but I still think this card could still go up. But as a person, I'm just kind of tired of waiting. If you get 45, I'll call it a day. Deck Devastation Virus Ultra. We know this is for splay. I've get asked this every single market watch to go over this card. It's still $10. Not changing. I'm not going to go over this card for at least 3-4 videos now. Deck Devastation Virus Ultimate Rare. And by the way, I just want to say this very quickly. I don't mind going over cards repeatedly in my market watches, don't get me wrong. But some people, and I don't, and I could understand, I'm not like, I don't think it's malicious, but I could tell they haven't watched the last market watch, because I'll go over a card, and then my community tab, I'll ask what cards I want to go over, and they'll tell me the exact same card. There's no reason to go over that card twice in a row. Like if it got blot out, say that's fine, or something got announced or whatever, right? And I can't expect everyone to watch all my market watches, don't get me wrong, but it gets a little annoying because like every time I go over this card, someone still asks me to go over the card. Ultis are too damn much. Yeah, too much. That's all you gotta know. Dark Fusion Ultra from Legendary Collection 2. Now this is actually the highest rarity of the card because it was originally a rare. Now, this card right now is Near Mint Unlimited is $4 here. First edition lightly plates and Near Mints. Lightly plates are about $6. Going up real quickly. Near Mints are $25. I actually have these because they were too low to list. Like I got some in Hollowborg, thought they would be worth $2-3, and they just weren't. Well, maybe Turtle Mints are playing with this card. Maybe it's because it has TRAPTRIX and Avion. Who knows? Different Dimension Ground from Star Strike Blast. Now, this card has 2 reprints, but I'm going to focus on the Star Strike Blast version. During this turn, any monster sent to the graveyard is removed from play instead, right? So it's basically a Dimension Shifter only on your opponent's turn. Could be TRAPTRIX. First light plays are $2.75. Near mints are $3 here. When you go near mints, actually, and you go, well, first sight doesn't really matter because Star Strike Blast doesn't have a limited print. It does go up to $5-6 here. If you want to grab this card, because it's always a decent side deck card, I would grab original super rares, personally. It's not a bad idea. Now, Paleozoic Dinomischus, Dual Overload, these are about $2 here. 177, $3 here. This card's always between $1 and $3. This card is seeing more play right now, but I think that a lot of players just had a set of these lying around, and whoever wanted to play Spite basically didn't really need to get these. I'm shocked that the card is not a $5 card yet, at least. Super rares. These are a little different now. They're moving up to $3 to $4, as you see over here, but super rares are a little hard to get from OTS, all that. So if you have supers, might be the version to go up first, but personally, I think the ultras look better than the supers. Vampires suck. $4.75, $4 from the first sets are $5. Well, one's for $5 there. In fact, if I go first edition, what's it actually showing me? Yeah, it's going up to like $7 again. So if you want to get some for like $4.43, you know, if you get 2 of them, you're paying $4.43 each instead of, you know, almost $7. That's not too bad. And Vampire Sucker is a good card for zombie strategy. So I would actually get these because of how cheap they are. Just Don't go crazy on it, but if you want to secure a copy at $4 or $5, maybe 2 or 3, not a bad idea. Goblin, now I'm going to go over some banned cards because everyone absolutely loves when I do that. And I plan on having a banned market watch pretty soon here. Goblin over here, is this card going to come back? Probably 99% sure no. But these were like 50 cents for a long time. But now, and as for a while, they're about $1.40, $1.45. Just saying that you don't have to go crazy, but make sure you have one copy for your band binder. That's all I'm going to say. Tricks are light stage. This is going to go up to 3. Was the stupidest hit of all time for a very long time. Now, first editions here are about $2, and that's for 52 listings, right? Near mints, 32 listings now, right? And it quickly goes up to about $4, $5, $6 here. When this code goes to 3, people are going to see Trickstar basically at full power and more consistent, and they're going to want to grab their copies of Light Stage. So just get your Light Stage while you can. Licorice got bought out last time. It went from like a $25, $30 card to like 40 something, 50 something. Right now they're about 38s, which isn't much lower. If we get Light Stage at 3, it could go up to the $55 mark. We also have Reincarnation. Now this card also got bought out because you can do strategies, withdrawal, all that. $4 for your Coded the Duelist at this point. These were like 20s. I will say that. So when Light Stage went up to 2, people chose this as the target. So you might want to get your rituals for $4 or $5. Corbanes here, dollars. These will easily go up to $3 or $4 for your secrets. Then Mighties here. First editions here are about 40 listings. Once you click near mint, it's 15 listings, right? Goes up from 6 to 7 to 8. All the way to 30 here. And until it hits 30, there's no real wall. There's just play sets. Now, we do have a lot of lightly plates here, though. We actually only have 34, so maybe not too much here. People will get the lightly plates if this card does come back. But if this card does, I could see this hitting probably 20 to 30 for the Ultra Originals, because the card doesn't have a reprint yet either. And I don't have the ulti pulled up here, sadly. Why don't I not have the ulti pulled up? All right, let's see what these are. So I'm going to actually first see it without any filters. 26 listings, 18 for your unlimiteds, going up to 25. That's not too bad here. Now, first I'd like plays, first at near mints, 12 near mint and 21 light play respectively, 24, but it really goes up to 38, 39 here, going up to 40. Gonna be an $80 to $100 ulti if it comes back. That's personally what I think. Heart Porter super rares, $5 here, going up to 6s. If it comes back, I could see it being a $15 to $20 super rare. The card is also stabilizing. Like super rares would always go from $1 to $4 or $5, back down, and now the card is never really below $4 to $5. For the most part, like I haven't seen it below 4 except for a brief time as of the last few months. And I've seen it spiking around 7 to 8. It quickly does go up to a $6 card now. It does actually hit 7, 8 again relatively quickly. You know, I still have mine, and I'm just waiting for the day that this card comes back. Hirsu, $12. Not bad for your secrets. If Orcus make a comeback, this card's going to be busted with it. Returns here. These are just so cheap if you want to grab them. Like, I don't care about limiteds. I only care about, like, firsts. $2 going up to 4 here. Just grab your copies. It's literally send a Orcus or World Legacy card from your hand or face up to your field to graveyard. But that is cost. You draw 2 cards, right? So it basically, you need to put your cards in graveyard for Orcus. This help literally lets you do that, and you draw 2 extra cards. Basically gives you free gas. Super Nightmares, $2 to $3. You know, Coolios. Symbol Skeleton here, $2. Really not that bad. Over here, again, I would just grab your Orcus stuff, especially because it's so cheap. Ding ultis are 84. Well, 70. Yeah, about 75 here, then 84. The card just, people keep asking, why is this card getting bought out? Not only because of Orcus hype, but it's a generic rank 8 that's really good, and people like their high rarity. You know, I've explained that card a lot of times. Galatea, 71 and 75. I'm glad I stocked up when these were 20s. And then for our last card, we have Heavy Metalfoes Electrumite, the card that Konami refuses to give back to us. Now, I don't think we're ever going to get this card back. I'm sorry, but Konami said so many times that they could have brought this back to sell a product. Back before Ancient Guardians, right? To now, that I just don't think they're going to do it. $11, and that doesn't mean they'll never do it. They'll eventually do it, but I'm not. It's basically I'm going to treat it as every band card where it'll come off eventually, but it's to anyone's best guess to where it is. Now they quickly go up to 15. Well, yeah, lightly plays are about 11 here, going up to 15. You go near mints here, 27. They start at 15, going up to 23. Electrumite is a card that has such a nice flip when Banless Season comes out, and then like a month later, you start getting them back. That's what I've always done with Electrumite. So I like this card because of that, and it's like a cool looking bug. It's a psychic for some reason. I kind of wish it was an insect. I don't play Pendulum though, so my opinion's irrelevant. But if you guys enjoyed this Mark Watch, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe. Remember to subscribe to Team Neptunia. We got 43 subs. Can we hit? I really want to hit 100 subs on that side channel, so make sure to subscribe. If you're buying cards off TCG Player, please use my link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to know what it costs you. Like always, there will be a live stream tomorrow night at Tuesday. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.